I'm Inchira, and I have the pleasure today to present the fine list and announce the winners of the Dasra Girl Power Awards in the category of sanitation. I'm going to summarize what you just heard today. Over 50% of the population in India defecates in the open. I may get into trouble for saying this, but shit, literally. The lack of sanitation and hygiene leads to poor health, death, and loss of productivity, and it affects adolescent girls more than any other group. Why? Consider this. More than 350 million women and girls menstruate every day in India, but they're compelled to do this and manage it with little access to toilets, water, or hygienic sanitary napkins. This results in multiple things. Girls drop out of school, they face shame, embarrassment, and loss of dignity. They use unsanitary materials like ash and husk, leading to reproductive tract infections. And they also have to travel to faraway places or sometimes have to wait until night to relieve themselves. Today, we have amongst us 4 organizations, the finalists of the Dasra Girl Power Awards under the sanitation category, who are fighting to change this. Our first finalist is Kalinga Institute of Social Sciences, represented by Mr. Sabyasachi Raut. Could I please request you to stand so the audience knows where you're sitting? KISS is the world's largest free residential education institute for 25,000 tribal children in Odisha and the surrounding states. They train their 12,000 adolescent girls in sanitation and menstruation management. They also train government school teachers from 500 tribal residential schools to deliver these programs. Our second finalist is Milan, represented by Dhirendra Pratap Singh. Milan is headquartered in Lucknow and empowers youth in remote rural areas by creating learning spaces. Their Azadi menstrual-friendly program trains adolescent girls, boys, teachers, and management of schools in Uttar Pradesh on menstruation and menstrual management. Our next finalist is Population First, represented by Anupriya. May I request you to stand, please? Population First leverages media and advocacy to address gender equality. It works with adolescent girls, both in school and out of school, to create awareness and promote behavior change related to menstruation and sanitation. And our last finalist in this category is Vatsalya, represented by Dr. Neelam Singh. Vatsalya is based in Lucknow and works on health issues, especially of women and children. Through its Breaking Silence program, it engages girls, women, and even men and boys in communities to educate them about menstruation and sanitation. In 2013-14, it reached out to 36,000 people, including 9,000 adolescent girls, helped construct over 1,500 toilets, and also engaged with women shopkeepers and assisted in procurement of sanitary napkins. I would now like to call upon stage Paresh Parasnis to award the winner. Paresh is the head of Piramal Foundation, which is one of the partners of the Dasra Girl Alliance. And the winner is Vatsalya. May I request Dr. Neelam to please come on stage and receive the award.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so thankful to have this opportunity with Dasra to engage with the wider audience, and they recognize this work which we are doing in the remote areas of Uttar Pradesh. I'm Neelam Singh. I'm a gynecologist and obstetrician by training, but a social entrepreneur by choice. I think after 15 years of my engaging practice as gynecologist, I founded this organization with my medical friends in '95. And the issue was very passionate. I think we have been talking about technology and gender gap in the afternoon session. And I can tell you one example when technology can lead to gender gap, and we were worried also. This was technology of sonography, out of which the sex ratios in the country declined, and that was very, very near to my everyday work. So I founded this organization with a mission to tackle the declining sex ratio and sex selection going on in the country, and I'm still working on that. But gradually I realized that without establishing that girls are valuable to us, taking care of other issues of adolescents, it's not possible that we can take care of this because so much of daughter aversion is there in the communities. So along with this issue, I think all other issues of women and girls became very, very important to us in the time to come. Adolescent anemia, and after that menstrual hygiene, we have been listening since morning. It's very, very important because, that is, I look at it not only from a public health perspective, but as a rights perspective. Because I think menarche and menstrual hygiene is something which is to my eyes, it is the first reproductive right of a girl. And if she gets capacitated and she gets a skill to negotiate with the family, with her brother or father, to have her access to the material she needs, access to the infrastructure she needs, she gets all her rights in the time to come. So I think that is very, very empowering process for adolescent girls. So that is how this is something very, very important for girls. And it is so mystified issue that there is no dialogue about it. So let me just tell you that each one of us sitting in this room have been in this layer. Menstruation is actually that shedding of that layer from the womb. And I think we are all embedded in our fetal stage in that layer. So I think it's so vital, but it's not addressed. So we have been hearing a lot since afternoon about this menstrual hygiene. So this program which we did is a very comprehensive program because it engages with men, be it teacher, father, brother. We have man group and boys groups who talk about it. We have groups in these schools of girls because these girls work on a peer model. Then we have champions in the communities, these women, because they are going to be sustainable resource in the communities. We are engaging in 66 villages, and out of this engagement, we have been able to build these toilets, and these toilets do not have any contribution from the government. These people are coming of themselves because now they realize that menstrual hygiene the girls cannot attain until unless they have toilets in their households. So the communities are coming up, the fathers are realizing, the brothers are realizing, and they are securing water points also because menstruation cannot be managed without water, so it's securing water. And side by side, we are creating evidence so that we can say that there is evidence, this is a model which can be upscaled. And in the 2.5 years of intervention, 40% reduction has happened in the school dropouts in the girls. So we are very hopeful that this will retain girls in the schools so that she has all the potential to realize if she stays in schools, because staying in the school is very empowering for a girl. So I think we have reached out to nearly 36,000 adolescent boys and girls through this program. And I wish that if people sitting in this room, they partner with us, we have a wish to reach out to nearly 1 lakh girl in the time to come. So let's give the opportunity. Let's invest, because investing in adolescent girls will give very good dividends in future. Thank you very much.